I thought yesterday's game was exciting, but it would have been much better if RG3 stayed healthy.
That was the difference in the game to me, is Shanahan didn't take him out, one, early enough. Two, it was the play calling. Just none of it it just really, I mean, how do you only run Alfred Morris 17 times? How? Especially when you have a 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter. How has he not touched the ball 20 times by the time the fourth quarter rolled around?
Yeah, that one I don't understand. I'm completely with you on that one. I didn't understand that. It didn't make any sense to me. Between RG3's injury and them not compensating by going more with a normal under center or shotgun snap to handoff, just traditional, simple, easy. I don't get the point of running the read option anymore because Seattle's not scared of him running. They don't care.
He doesn't
Let
have the
him run.
speed. He doesn't have the cutting ability.
That's what
He's
I mean.
not himself.
Seattle treated it as in RG3, you run. Go ahead, have fun. Alfred Morris, they were more concerned with shutting down. But like I said, how do you let Alfred Morris only run the ball 17 times? Or 16 times, I'm sorry. 80 yards he had. 5 yards a clip. So obviously he's able to run the ball. But I know the whole debate all over the place right now is, did Shanahan mishandle RG3? Did he rush him back?
What's the extent of his injury now, though? Because I saw somebody post something last night like, oh, I hope he has as fast a recovery as Adrian Peterson.
Well, I don't know if he tore his ACL.
That's what I'm wondering what is the extent of the knee injury? Because obviously it's not too good if he re-injured it again yesterday.
Well, obviously, you had the severe sprain, but what's interesting to me is they say severe strain, yet you look at who they had there in Dr. James Andrews, the only doctor that works on athletes that I've ever.
Well, he said, yeah, and he even said he didn't clear RG3 to go back into the game that he went into when he first got injured a few weeks back. And he said before the game that he was scared for RG3, and that worried about him rushing back too soon.
Well, that's what I mean, though. If the injury is not that serious, then why is the guy that did the surgery on his knee right there on the sideline? I've never seen this guy on the sideline for anybody that he's ever done the surgery for. So if the knee injury wasn't that serious and he's been progressively getting better week by week by week, then why is he on the sideline right now monitoring Griffin's knee? And that's where my question mark rises. Obviously, there was something wrong with it. They brought him back, and he was able to manage the past couple games. But you went against a much better defense than what you've played the last couple weeks. And
they got away from that, like the anonymous said in the chat room, they got away from their game plan. They stopped running the ball. They tried to be a more pass-proficient offense, and it's just not them. What got them to the point where they're at now is running the ball. Alfred Morris getting 30 touches and as many yards as he could possibly rack up in the time. That was their game plan all year long. Run the football, run the football, run the football. They were, I think, the third best team in the league at rushing the football. Why get away from it when you're in the playoffs at home, and especially when you have a lead?
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
So did he miss? So when do you think he should have taken RG3 out? When should Robert Griffin have left this game? By the third quarter?
Yeah, definitely by the third quarter.
Yeah. When he made the one run in the third quarter, it was early in the third quarter, and he ran out to the left, and you could see it in his face. When they did the slow-mo replay, you could see him come up and sort of limp his way to the out-of-bounds line. Thankfully, nobody was there to hit him for, a Redskins fan's point of view. But you could see it there. And to me, once you saw that, that's when you need to accept the fact that the guy that got you here is not getting you past here. You need to accept it, and you need to be willing to put in your backup quarterback. You just have to be. It sucks, in a playoff game, but It's the reality of your situation. You don't have a choice. You know, I watched this game, though. I thought it was a great game. I do completely agree with the fact that this game is probably completely different if Robert Griffin III is 100%. And I'm talking 100% healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not even just hobbled knee and not re-injuring it. I'm saying if Robert Griffin III is 100% healthy in this game,
Yeah, it's different.
it's a completely different game. I mean,
That's
watch
why
him.
I don't give Seattle much of a chance next weekend having to go down to Atlanta and beat a excellent home team in the Atlanta Falcons. There's one place you don't want to play Matt Ryan, it's at home. I don't care if he is yet to win a playoff game or hasn't won many. I don't care. I think he gets it done. I don't see... I mean, Seattle only had 13 points going into the fourth quarter. It's not like they were had a lead and, were playing outstanding. They weren't playing that great. If they play that way next week, they're losing. They're getting beat by Atlanta because Matt Ryan's healthy. And I know they got physical corners there in Seattle, but they got some pretty big physical receivers there in Atlanta as well.
See, you know how I feel about the Seattle team. Defense travels. I don't care where you go. But when it comes down to yesterday's game, I mean, I was shocked, straight up. The way that game started yesterday, me and you said it to me on the ride down. The way that game started, it looked like Washington was just going to dominate. It did. I mean, 14-0 early. Defensively, they looked good. But Seattle just turned it on. The defense stepped up. Griffin gets re-hurt. And then offensively, they just start pounding the rock against Washington's D and just says, well, you can blitz us all day. That's fine, but we're just going to put guys in our line, on the line of scrimmage, and we're going to plow you off the line. We'll match your guys that you're blitzing, and we're just going to plow you off the line. And that's what they did. I mean, to me, 129 yards in the first quarter, 74 for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I really feel like this is a game where you could look at it from either side of the picture. You can compliment Seattle on their ability to step up and run the ball and their defense making some plays. Or you can say, Washington, you screwed yourself. You should have gotten Griffin out of the game. You didn't run the ball enough with Alfred Morris. Like, both sides of the spectrum, I think you have good points. But I think the bottom line is Seattle made plays at the most opportune moments, and Washington wasn't able to. I think that's your bottom line.
Yeah. But again, I think, like you said before, it's a completely different ball game if RG3 is healthy. Absolutely.
And I mean, you got to think about it. He has that interception where Earl Thomas makes an amazing play. I mean, there were moments where, healthy or unhealthy with Robert Griffin III, Seattle just looked like the better
but
team.
with a healthy Robert Griffin, they're not getting 74 yards over 3 quarters.
I agree. But at the same time, you got to run the ball more. Alfred Morris had, I think, what do you have, like 60-some yards in the first quarter?
Like I told you on the car ride down, it's Shanahan. Shanahan screwed this game for him. It was poor coaching.